Blockbuster, Blockbuster trade yesterday. It's our Friday on the show. We're excited. I'll give you my thoughts on what it means. Friend of the show, Trent McDuffie, going from the Rams, are going to the Rams from the Chiefs. The Chiefs, who are somehow missing from like the contention FanDuel overlord love in the AFC, NFL at large. We are going to talk about that and dig into it and dig into what this season is to bringeth with a two-time Pro Bowler, a big boy, a million-time friend of the show. Trey Smith is here. I'm excited about that. And we also have Dillon Thieneman, okay? Oregon safety, indie boy, like young, yeah, 4 kids in the family, youngest of 3 boys who made it tough on him. He's a, gym rat, all those things. Cooper DeJean comps abide and abound. We will talk to our new friend who I've never met, but I know all about his life after this. So much to get to. Blockbuster trade and all. I like Trent McDuffie. I saw it go down and thought, oh my gosh, what does it mean? In Hamilton, there were winds of change almost immediate.
Yeah, pretty much right after the trade happened. We do have those winds of change if we want to get to there now. I know we had a plan for a little later, but let's do it.
What happened?
All right, so the Rams, right after the trade happened, jumped the Seahawks as the Super Bowl 61 favorites. They're plus 700. The Seahawks at plus 750. The Chiefs slipped to 10th behind the Patriots. They were tied with the Patriots before this happened, so they got dinged a little bit for it. But the Rams, now your Super Bowl favorites in LA.
Was it worth it? That's the question, because it was not exactly a bargain, okay? I told you, the Rams aren't going to make picks. It's not what they do. It's not who they are. And I love the consistency. You know how hard it is to know what to expect from a man in the year 2026? You know what I mean? To have some consistency, decency, being who you are, not tricking you. That is Les Snead, the absolute GOAT Les Snead, okay? He is that man. And listen, the price was steep. Let's get into it. 4 picks, including their own first-rounder that we knew they'd flip somewhere. This is the type of player you do go all in for, in my opinion. What's yours? Let me know at Up and Adam Show on the Twitter, in the DMs, wherever you want. They got to bring another Lombardi to LA. They got a window. Trent is a 2-time All-Pro. Trent is only 25. Do you want to draft and roll the dice there? Do you want a great player you know has the ability to dominate on the outside, in the slot? He's so unique, really, and very valuable in the current NFL. Won me over instantly when I was sweating my balls off in St. Joe's during Chiefs training camp. And I I could have talked to him for 7 hours. I loved him. And he'll turn around what was outside of the top 20 ranked pass defense with the Rams. It was, I believe, where you could point to the biggest headache for the Rams, the only hole you could poke in their top to bottom amazing culture, roster depth, all of that was this kid, this guy, JSN. What a headache he was. They have to address. That's who you got to take out. And as far as FanDuel is concerned, this was enough to do that, at least right now. Free agency less than a week away. Of course, that's not the only reason they did this cat, but their path to Lombardi does rest heavily on those 2 and likely and potentially 3 meetings against Seattle. And now they have one of the best players, one of the few players in existence who can actually shadow a guy and challenge the reigning offensive player of the year. So I don't know, those rematches are going to be extra spicy. The matchup alone is going to be appointment viewing. Trey Smith, Dillon Thieneman on the show. Hammy, can you quickly tell me how you would expect those to go? He's just on JSN. And let's not pretend like he can't help with bottling up a healthy Kittle and such, and we don't even know the moves that are going to be made elsewhere. And it's not even just about what's going on in the division, in the West, which you have to account for, of course. So much depth, so many different guys to throw to that he can be helpful against those San Francisco bouts as they try to make their way back to contention. But also, it's the games you got pinched on in the playoffs a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, he does have that skill set where he could shadow JSN. Obviously, that doesn't mean he's going to stop him. It's going to be a tough battle, but it's going to be interesting to see how the Rams use him overall because, if you remember, you told us at training camp last year, he kind of likes playing on the outside more, where he was, yeah, but playing in the slot was really what set him apart at times in Kansas City. Is he going to play in the slot a little bit more with the Rams? Is he still going to be more of a hybrid, trending more towards playing the majority of his snaps on the outside? That's going to be an interesting thing to watch here, because that slot ability is what really sets him apart, and I hope the Rams are able to use him that way.
What does this mean for NFL Durant?
That's a question now, because he's a free agent, so they could bring him back still. I don't think this necessarily means that he's out the door. I think he's still, probably their next best corner, so it'd be good to bring him back. But this definitely changes the entire complexion of that secondary with a healthy Quentin Lake back there as well.
And I'm sure, and we saw Patrick Mahomes, I think he tweeted, damn, you know? But they've got work to do. They want to get right back there. Business is business. I can't wait to talk to Trey Smith, who knows and loves Trent, I'm sure, about what he's adding, what they're missing, and how much faith he has and that this is the right move and the roster and all of that. Trey, one of the brightest, just like more like introspective players. I'd like to get his ideas on that. Always takes it from a positive standpoint, which is what I think Chiefs fans are looking for at Hamilton. And Chiefs fans who are watching right now at Up and Adam Show, Trey Smith will be on the show, all the Super Bowl rings. And this wasn't a deal like KC had to make. They are facing some cappy woes, I guess. They could have extended Trent, though, and sort of found a way to, button it up and find cuts elsewhere. I don't love giving up a premium player who is, like I said, just 25 years old and very unique. But if they were going to trade him, they did bring such a haul back and Enveach. We have to trust. And while some people may think that this means we're going to see KC go all in on the secondary early in the draft, I don't know. I feel like they're going to go after an offensive piece, and it better rhyme with Shmera Shmaya Dove, okay? If he's there at 9, I said this all week, he's going to fall in your lap and you better take him. I think it would have been a tougher sell to take a running back in the top 10 with you have a limited amount of picks before this big trade happens. Now that this trade happens, Love better be wearing a Chiefs uniform, especially given the needs that they have to fill. Like, he's the guy, though. 9 total picks to fill the gaps on the roster that we're talking about. 2 in the first round. That makes going after what and who is a transcendent generational talent. I said that we haven't seen anything like that since Saquon, and then I had all the Bajan people after me. Fairly. He's right up there with them. And is this not like the biggest position of need that we need to address here for the Chiefs? I would say so in Kansas. And you're going to have a guy like Trey, and you're going to have people, making you look great out there. And Kansas City does have some money to fill some other roster spots, too. They can bring back Jalen Watson. They have that corner to sort of figure out. And I don't know if they move on from Trent if they don't have some faith in Mr. Williams out there, a third rounder from 2025 that clearly has some flashes, but they might be seeing even more than we've been able to see on our little television boxes and on our phones throughout the season. So no matter how you slice it, this pressure is on Brett Veach, who we know, love, trust. He's got to capitalize on these picks now, and it's not easy because it is a bit of a dice roll. And not unlike his first draft after the Tyreek trade, it's sort of giving that to me. And in case you forgot, he did cook with that one. 2022, absolutely critical in KC. Retooling, making the 3 straight Super Bowls post-Tyreek. So even the guys on here who didn't fully pan out played big, big roles in these key moments. Sky Moore, touchdown in the Super Bowl. Josh Williams, remember when he had to fill in for Snead in the AFC title game against the Bengals? I do. I cried about it after. So as much as it sucks to lose Trent, if Veach can pull one of these, go deep in the bag and make it happen, the Chiefs could be right back in the Super Bowl next year, and they better be. Yeah, so we'll take a short break here because Trey Smith is ready to go on the other side, and we'll get to talk to him about all the... I don't know if he agrees with me. Does he agree with me? We'll talk to our good friend. I want to know what you're watching on Netflix these days. What are you watching? What's the binge-worthy show? You're always telling me stuff like that. After this.
Oh, sorry.
Do you tell our guests that I'm going to flash them and then bring them in after the break? Okay, good. Because I could do that differently, though. Just taking pills.
I feel like it sounds like yesterday it was an adventure for you. Just the vibe I'm getting.
What's an adventure?
Just these past 24 hours, it seems like. There's pillow popping, there's statements in the A block. There's
a lot happening.
The phrase "sweating your balls off" was used in that A block, so
Did I say
there's
that?
a lot going on. Yeah,
Okay, well, I was a very hot day in St. Joe,
yeah.
and he was nice enough to come join me. Trey's always so nice to come and sit down for a couple of minutes. What do you want to know from Mr.
Always,
Trey
yeah.
Smith?
I mean, ugh, I think the heat in St. Joe. But no,
Do
I
you
think
guys not think
you
it
know,
was hot there? I guess I was wearing jeans, but I won't wear shorts because I don't want to get sweaty. Wearing shorts
Yeah,
would
I
make me
think-
more sweaty than wearing pants. Isn't that an interesting little quirk I have? That's how I think.
that is.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Don't get the math
Tell me what
there,
you want
but
to
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we saw the tweet from Patrick, just how that trade is going over with that locker room, because I think he was, everybody loved Trent, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And it's always hard to lose a player of that caliber and a person of that caliber.
Yeah. Okay. Anything about Trey? You just want to make it all about Trent McDuffie?
Oh no, we're gonna
I'm glad I'm the
talk
host
about
of the
Trey
show.
and his we're gonna talk a lot about Trey and his incredible season for
Yay.
sure. Obviously.
I love it.
Second Pro
really-
Bowl.
They're really not getting the love. No respect.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are
Yeah.
done, according to the world. It
really is ridiculous.
Who's giving
Yeah.
the Chiefs a chance this year? Isn't that like you could go up? I think you could go up to like 100 people. I'm gonna sneeze. 100 people and say, who has a better chance? The Bears? The Bears or the Chiefs? And people would easily pick the Bears. I mean, that's hands down true. I think that
It's
people are
wild,
like, I
yeah.
think the Texans have a better shot. Chargers, it's their year.
Yeah.
Who do people like in the division?
Yeah, because there's the
Broncos?
Broncos too, coming off
People like the Broncos still?
Yeah. But it is, you're right. It's crazy. Off of 1 year. 3 straight Super Bowls, they're just throwing that out the window.
Chiefs all day.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The
we get,
revenge tour is
great
coming.
footage. Let's go.
There's KELCE. There's a touchdown, Kansas City.
Yo! Hey, Green! Hey! I'm on, baby!
What? Have you seen that before, Trey? What is? I've never seen that
That's the
before.
first time. That's the first time I saw like a nut on there.
Wait, do they mic you for that, or is that's not mic'd up? That's wired. Is it different? It's like boom mics, or is it? You know your way around a TV set, Mr. State Farm commercial. Tell me, how do they get that sound?
Yeah, so actually both interior players, excluding the center, we both have mics in the back of our padding. So we're mic'd up every game, but they pick select games to really show us and present us mic'd up. They're trying to catch Patrick's audio, not ours. Let's be real.
That's not true. Do you? No, we just got yours. It's so great. Do you ever forget that it's there?
A lot of times. A lot of times I do. And a lot of times Cree gives me a little tap reminder, hey, you're mic'd up, bro.
Yeah, I
So
feel like
it
I
happens
love how
sometimes.
you guys operate out there on whether it's Hard Knocks or where it's like, I'm wired, don't say anything, because everyone just like warns everyone in the 15 feet radius to like not open their mouths. Or, I mean, what could we even hear you and Creed talking about that you wouldn't want the rest of us to enjoy?
Well, see, you just got to keep that private, I can't tell the world that.
I think you're probably
we gotta
talking
keep that
about
open.
your vols. You're a huge vols guy. What do I need to know about that? Vols
Man, they're
hoops?
balling. Vols hoops doing great. I went to the game last week against Bama, a tough loss at the end of it, but they're doing great, man. And obviously, Tennessee football, man, keeps producing talent, as you can see in this draft coming up. And prior drafts, man, we just keep getting better. The balls are coming back, baby.
Yeah, we got the NFL draft, as you know. It's so good to talk to you. 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champ, wrapping up his 5th year in the league. Trey Smith is here. And you heard me just talking about it in the break. Just nobody thinks these Chiefs are nothing. They're not going to do nothing. What is that like? Because it's a little different than it was last year, and you do have an injured quarterback, and obviously there's a big trade that we can talk about and get into, but I think I just want like the overall, we're here in March. What is that vibe when you sort of, do you feel like you have less pressure now because people are assuming you're done with your dynasty?
Yeah, I think back to like Mike Tomlin quote, I guess it was like a press conference or something. We do not care. Because we don't care. At the end of the day, we're over here playing ball. We're just doing our job. We just got to be better, man. And a lot of times last season, we weren't playing our best football. We weren't playing complimentary football. And at the end of the day, we have to just go back to the drawing board, be great this offseason. Everyone has to prepare. I mean, individually, I've looked myself in the mirror. What can I do to be better for my team? And this approach it with a different mentality at the end of the day, just so I can be the best version of myself for this organization. And with that, we'll just keep winning.
Yeah, when I saw you in St. Joe's, I think that's where I saw you last. Or maybe it was at the State Farm shoot, I think. I felt like y'all had, I felt like the mentality was right. I heard Patrick talk about the depth of receiver, how excited he was, maybe the best core he's had. I've heard him emphasize, we want to have fun. And then I didn't see as many moments of that fun on the field. And I think it's very cool that, not cool, it sucks, but I'm looking at, this is the first time in 4 years you don't play in the Super Bowl. That's sort of bananas. So you're sitting here, and the offseason must feel a little different, a little more extended, which I think that there's probably beauty in that you get to reflect a little bit more. When you look back at what wasn't working, what is the headline of what wasn't?
I can only speak for myself. I just think playing complimentary football, being clean, being detailed in the approach. The NFL, there's so much parity. Everyone is so freaking good, and the more mistakes you make are really just magnified in this league. So at the end of the day, we just have to play cleaner football. We have to do what our coaches tell us to do at a high level and go out there and execute at the end of the day. It's not enough to just talk about it. It's not enough to just practice well. Go out there and execute when it counts on Sundays, when we actually have games. So I think at the end of the day, just executing at a higher level is just something we all can do. I can speak for myself personally, once again, executing at a higher level and being the best version of myself.
Well, if we're speaking to you personally, it wasn't on you. You had a monster year. I know the team success maybe didn't reflect that. You missed some time. You allowed one. Let's just look at the numbers. How do we do this? 1 sack allowed, my friend. 2 quarterback pressures, 13 hurries in 12 games. Do you look at these low numbers positively, or are you picking them apart? Or how do you, when I show you this, what goes through your mind?
These numbers are probably a little too low.
You're so my crazy.
Film. Probably a little bit better representation of how I played than what it really was. For me, especially as an offensive lineman, I take a lot of pride in not missing games. And for me, that's sort of the demarcator for my season. I feel like I missed too many games, wasn't healthy enough, wasn't there enough times for my team to win. So for me, I look at last season as something I need to reflect on. How can I be better? How can I be available more? How can I be the best version of Trey Smith for this organization so that we can win? And, at the end of the day, stats and stuff are good, but I wanted to win as an organization. I want to get another Super Bowl. We have a goal every season to go lift up that Lombardi trophy, and, we fell short of it. So for me, it's more so how can I could be the best version of myself for my team, because that's what I want to do. I just want to win with my team.
Can you tell me with 100% certainty that this team, there was no complacency? That it's we already won, there's no coasting, there was none of that last year?
No, I think it's a natural human emotion to become complacent after a while. You go to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. AFC Championship the year prior to that 3-year run. It's going to be tough to do that again. It's not an easy thing. And once again, this league, man, it's so hard, one, to just make the playoffs, but two, to have a sustained level of success for that long. So at the end of the day, I think a lot of things that don't get into account. At the end of the day, when you're a defending champion, you've been in the Super Bowl so many times, you have such a winning culture, every team's going to be revved up to play you.
Yeah.
I think about my time at the University of Tennessee, right? I hate to admit this, but, a lot of times you get fired up when University of Alabama came around or a bigger SEC opponent rather than going and play a smaller school. So you're going to get their best shot every single time you step on the field. But as professionals in our job spirit, man, it's on us to be at our best every single time we step on that field, to rise up to the challenge and rise up to the occasion. And
do you think the season ending the way it did and you having to watch your Super Bowl on the couch or wherever you watch, do you think that was what's the effect of that, right? Because then it's it is the most human thing to be okay, everything you're saying, I completely, any human being out there and anyone resonates with that, right? And then it's the ultimate testament to be able to overcome that. How did the way the season went and ended affect the mentality of this team in that regard, in having the juice to give it your all in a way when you have had so much success?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just know it made me hungrier. It made me hungry to get back on that field and go prove something, have a chip on your shoulder that people don't believe in you. But at the end of the day, the organization, the people in the building, that's all we need. That self-belief that we all have in each other is all we need to keep going. And, at the end of the day, man, it was weird. It was weird watching it. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, it's the NFL. There's a lot of parity. Everybody is freaking good. And, for me, it's just like, man, what can we do? What can I do to rise up to the occasion to keep that standard of winning, to keep that championship standard going? So there's a lot of self-reflection this year, a lot of self-reflection this offseason, just in the way I'm working. And, I think we're just hungry. This locker room is hungry.
Were there, texts going on, during Super Bowl after? Nobody talked. It was, all very isolated. I mean, I'm trying to think. Because that's weird. 4 years, that's crazy, and then you're not. So, what is that? Y'all aren't, watching together or texting, I want to be here again? Nothing, any of that?
No, nothing too crazy like that. I mean, it's like texting buddies, but nothing in terms of, the whole sustained team, not like that.
You keep saying you want to get better, and it's, such a joke to me. I don't really...
I still got a lot to do. I got a lot to do.
I don't really know that... I don't know. You're not being specific, so I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's use pass blocking, my friend, for an example. Yeah. Somehow you've gotten better. No, you don't have to get better at that. Are you crazy? You have a 75.8 pass blocking grade according to PFF, top 10 among guards, best rating in your career. 5 years in, what are you working on that's a specific like that?
Everything. Everything. I mean, for me, obviously, pass pro has always been a point of emphasis to be better in my game. But, man, just different things. You're getting older a little bit, working with the body, finding different techniques and things that still work for you at a high level. For me, in terms of accolades, there's still a lot of things that I'm still chasing to be the player that I want to be. But I think pass pro is always going to be a point of emphasis. How can I utilize my hands? How can I be more refined with my technique? How can I be more efficient? It's probably one of the things that I'm trying to learn as I get older, where I'm not overexerting every play and not doing all this extra stuff when, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. And sometimes that would be the most difficult way ever.
The hardest thing as an interviewer with Trey Smith is to get you to take credit for anything or... almost talk about what you're most proud of. Is there something? And if you don't have one, I have one. I have one in the holster here in the chamber. But do you have anything that you are proud of from this season that you're pulling into the next?
Yeah, I mean, oh man, it was a tough year. I just think being able to come back from injury sometimes when I did,
that's it.
Just to continue just fighting, man, it's tough. I've never experienced that in my really football career outside of this year. So it was just find a way to fight and get back on the field. And I think that's probably, even though it's the best moment, it's also the lowest moment because I don't want to ever leave my teammates in a situation where I'm not out there or feeling that I'm letting my team, my organization down. So that was tough.
What was that like? And so you injured your ankle week 12, I believe, and you missed weeks 13 to 15, which were Chiefs losses that had to be very difficult for you to watch from the sideline. And then, you were hurt in the Chiefs overtime win against the Colts as one of those. So what was, what was that like? Because that is not something that you have experienced.
Yeah, definitely not easy. A lot of tough times trying to get through it. The Chiefs training room staff, absolutely amazing. Coaches are absolutely amazing. Just a lot of encouragement. For me, it was just man, if I can do anything, if I can fly somebody in for treatment, if I could buy a machine, any sustained level of recovery that I could get, man, just trying to get back on the field. I don't like sitting on the sideline. I feel like I'm letting my team down when I'm not out there playing and supporting and, doing my part, earning it. So, it's a difficult thing. And, I got to shout out the guys who did step up, like Mike Caliendo, Hunter Northside at the end of the year, did a phenomenal job and they got in there and played well and played tough. And, they did a fabulous job. So I can't sit here and downrate their play whatsoever at all because they stepped up to the plate. But, it's just a tough thing, man. I don't think there's been a time in serious football I haven't really played or been a starter outside of when I had blood clots in college. So I only missed one game prior to this year. So it was definitely it was a tough year for that.
The idea of, the more you talk, the more I wonder how good of a relationship you have with Eric Bieniemy, because I feel like he's the same. Complacency doesn't exist in his vocabulary. Do you guys track along each other's mentality quite a bit?
Yeah, man, I'm the biggest Coach EB guy.
No, literally,
Man,
you are. I'm like hearing Coach EB right now.
Yeah, no, he's awesome, man. He's amazing. He's very intense, but he's trying to get the best out of you as a player, and that's something I always respected. He gonna let you know when you're falling short.
Yeah.
But he's just holding you accountable. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's just holding you accountable because he wants you to be the best version of yourself, the best player that you can be, and to play at the highest level that you can. And, he just clearly states that, man. He's not going to hold back, and you just got to respect that style of coaching, and you got to respect the person that genuinely cares about his players the way that he does as well.
When did you know this trade was happening?
Say it again?
When did you know about the McDuffie trade?
Yeah, yesterday. I don't remember what time, but it was definitely a big move. Man, I love Trent McDuffie. Besides on the field, Trent McDuffie, dog, all-pro player, without a doubt, one of the best in the NFL. But in terms of being a great human being, there are qualities with Trent that you don't see every day. The way he approaches work every day, the way he's completely focused, he's task-driven, man. Like, he's a special person and a special player, man, and it's something that we're going to really miss. I mean, I know I'm going to miss my teammate.
What do you think you'll miss the most about him on the field?
Honestly, the professionalism, like the way he operated, man, it was cold, efficient, like a killer, man. like McDuff, man, when he stepped on that field and that ball gets thrown his direction, it's like, I already know it's not happening. That's going to be bad down. It's going to be incomplete. Like, he's got that on lock. So, obviously, you know what type of player that you're losing. An all-pro player, once again, can't say enough good things about him. But, man, the human being that Trent McDuffie is, like, that's going to be one of my favorite teammates, a guy that, like, I have so much respect for, man, and wish him nothing but success.
I could see that being the Super Bowl matchup this year. LA versus KC. Or maybe you'll see Trent at Travis's wedding.
Yeah, you know it.
What does Travis do? Does he have to invite everybody? Do you guys even know yet?
I mean, honestly, I just want him and Taylor, as long as they're happy, that's all that matters, man. And I try to keep what they do private and respect that boundary. But, I mean, it's definitely tough. I mean, he knows a ton of people. He knows a ton of people.
It's interesting. It's like, where does he draw the line, right? Because it's a big old team, big old organization. Like, they might just bring everybody. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But that's beautifully said. There's reports he's making his decision. Like, is he going to, are you going to read about it on Twitter? Do you think, do you know what's up with Travis coming back or not?
I have no idea. Like I said, I want to respect his privacy, but either way, whatever Travis does, I support him 1,000%.
What do you think he's going to do when he does walk away?
I think the world he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's been movies, TV shows. I mean, obviously with the podcast taking off, he can get into, announcing for games. Like, the guy's bag is deep. Man, he can do whatever he wants to do. He's an awesome dude. He's fun to be around. He's got a great personality. So at the end of the day, you already see Jason excelling in different avenues and plethora of ways. So it's no surprise that Travis is going to take off whenever he decides to finish up.
You guys got all these picks back. If it were up to you, how would you like, maybe just like a position? How do you see, you know what's up. You know what this team needs. What would you like to see happen here?
I don't think I'm qualified to make that.
Yes, you are. You're on the team. What would help you? What would help you out? Jeremiah Love, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
he's so good. Have you watched him?
Yeah, he is. I watched him a little bit. I've seen some highlights, man. He's a heck of a player. Heck of a player.
Would he fit into that offense? You tell me if that's an open, welcome door.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'd welcome anyone, honestly, Kay. Like, I'm just excited. Every year they do a great job, and just really excited to see what they end up picking up, man.
Yeah, I love that. And do you have? I mean, I imagine like when a trade like this happens, we saw Patrick Mahomes tweet. He just wrote "damn." I don't know when he found out or what that's. Obviously a reaction to this. He's got big feelings, but there has to be some level of like, what's the level of confidence in your front office in Veach, because you've survived a best of the best Tyreek Hill departure and come back. Yeah. Like, there has to be so much intestinal belief and like fortitude in what's going on. Like, what is that? So when this hits you, there's a lot of people who be like, oh, what are we doing? But like, Veach has earned quite a bit of currency there.
Yeah, no, I think they're the best, man. I mean, you look at their ability to find talent, especially deep in the drafts. I mean, they found me 6th round. No one wanted me. I was supposed to be undrafted free agent. here they come, saving me. But, they found a plethora of other talent. I think like Jalen Watson, for instance, like a guy who's contributed a ton. There's a lot of guys that ended up finding deep in the draft. So for us, we have full confidence in them and picking up talent in return. And that's always a every year thing. Like, they're just great at it. But at the end of the day, man, I can't emphasize this enough. Like, it sucks to lose any teammates. Like, for instance, Mike Dana is gone this year. Love him, man. A brother. Juwan Taylor, someone I played with for 3 years, my right tackle. That's a big point as well, where it's like, that's my brother. Now he's not gone. Now he's gone. Duff leaving as well. It's always tough to see your brother come and go. I tell people that's one of the hardest parts about playing in the NFL is losing those friendships and relationships on a day-to-day basis. Like, they're always going to be part of our family and our friendship and our brotherhood, but not having them, not seeing them every day and getting used to that's always the most difficult thing.
Yeah, and then Travis.
Yeah.
Trey. Last one for you. I'll give you a softball since I'm trying to put you in a bad spot all around today. Give me what are you watching? We talk Love Island. I've never watched it. I'm not a reality girl. I'm not watching Trey. What is Trey Smith off-season vibe?
I just wrapped up His and Hers, so that's a really good one. I think it's on Netflix. So you need to watch that one, His and Hers.
Why is every NFL player watching His and Hers? Y'all are all watching it. Y'all are all asking me to watch it with you. I'm getting all the DMs from all the. What is His and Hers? Is it like a romance?
No, it's sort of like a mystery thriller, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily
the guy from The Bear.
but it's like it's sort of a murder mystery in a way, but it's really
you're
good.
You're all watching because of Tessa Thompson. You think I'm stupid? She's in this. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, appreciate you so much, Trey. Go Vols. Yeah. Go Chiefs. Let's go.
Yeah.
Take a victory lap once in a while, would ya?
Nah, not until I'm done.
I'm the same way. It's why I love it. Okay, we'll be back. We've got from an undrafted 2-time Super Bowl champion to a guy who wants the ring. His brother has an NFC Championship ring. He wants a Super Bowl. I don't know where he's going to go. Here comes the Cooper DeJean comps. It's Dillon Thieneman after this.
You really will not take credit for anything. I love it.
They all love Travis so much. It is so gorge.
It really is.
And impossible, to be frank. Impossible. Man, that in and of itself shall be studied.
Yeah.
I
really do. The more you hear these guys talk about Eric Bieniemy, though,
what?
I really do think that's going to make such a huge difference.
That he's back?
Yeah. Because, I mean, Trey being so frank and so open and honest about maybe some complacency setting in, and in all seriousness,
yeah,
like,
that was a tough question for me
yeah.
there, but it was what was in my head because, almost facing it and moving on. And I think he's completely right. It's a completely human thing.
Yeah, it happens. We've seen it happen to a lot of teams. Yeah.
I mean, You think it happened to the Pats? Or was that decade an outlier?
It's a good question. I'm not sure.
I just don't think they were having fun. And I don't know, but I also think that if you're I've done it on our freaking show. Let's have fun. It doesn't. That's oh God. There's no worse thing to because you're manufacturing it.
Yeah, it's got to be natural. It's got to happen.
Travis was not having fun.
Yeah.
No one was out there having a ball.
Yeah.
I guess in that Wired, he looked like he was having fun, but
Sure.
I don't know what the answer to that is. And it's not Eric Bieniemy. I'll tell you that much. It's not Eric. But I think the level of we don't have to have fun. Fuck you. Let's go win a ring. Sorry to swear with Dillon on the line. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of that. That's what Eric brings. Eric brings, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's the accountability he brings. And I don't know, I'm not saying that they didn't have that.
Yeah. But there were, beyond EB, there were a lot of changes to that coaching
Honestly,
staff.
this is like V. I don't know why. If I was Veach, I would never do this shit to myself. Literally.
He
know
put
what I'm
all
saying?
the pressure on himself.
It's all on him.
Yeah.
Four, 3, 7. Holy safety is right.
You know what that is? That's a one-suit run. You only pack one suit for the draft. You don't need to bring it back up.
That is why Rich Eisen is a better man than I. He did not swear. He said, holy safety. I just swore my little head off. But seeing that 40 was unbelievable. And that wasn't, hold on, that wasn't even your fastest time. That's not true. That's a 4.35 at the combine. I know you're one of the top safeties. That wasn't Dillon Thieneman, one of the fastest you've ran?
No, the next shot was better. My first 2 steps weren't the best, and I had talked to my trainer, and he's like, "Yo, you can go get it." So I went back out there and ran another one.
How fast can you run? What's the how fast could you actually run the 40 on your best day, best ever?
I think that.
That?
I think I'd PR
Great.
there, yeah.
I feel like every player, every man that I've ever asked about the 40 is always like, I'm much faster, a couple seconds faster. But no, you're happy with it.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with it. That was my goal going in, 4.3. I had told people that, and then go out there and run it was awesome.
Everyone was talking about that 40, that performance. I heard your mom used to drop you off at the bottom of a hill to run up the hill. Is that true?
Yeah, I used to run the driveway every time I would get home from school. I was a little kid.
Did that
it would make
actually
my
help
brother
you?
so mad to stop the car, but
So you'd be like, how old are you at this point?
I don't know how old I was. I was really young, probably like first, like kindergarten.
And were you thinking, I want to get stronger faster? Like, what was I can't relate to this at all.
I think I just wanted to run, to be honest.
Huh. You come from a big family. I want everybody to know you're from the Midwest, from Indiana. You've got 3 brothers. I think you're the youngest of the 3, and then you have a sister as well. Yes. How responsible are they for you? What credit do they deserve for your success as this young, amazing athlete ahead of this draft? Well, be real honest with me. How much credit do they deserve?
They deserve probably the most credit I could give someone, just because just being there for me always, like coming out of high school, going to Purdue, they were there, like helping me in that process, and then transferring, they helped me with that process, finding an agent. So they've always been there, kind of been people I could fall back on and lean on anytime I needed something.
Yeah, Jake has lots of NFL experience as well, which I'm sure comes in handy, especially in this crazy process with everything that's going on. I've heard about the return game. Tell me a little bit about how intense. Like, it seems cute. It seems pretty basic, too. Like, your brother's kicking, you're returning. I love that. Like, I'm imagining, I heard, rather, that you, like, really want the smoke from people. What is that?
Yeah, so, I mean, with that game specifically, it would start off, like, light and fun, but at a point, like, one of us would do something. So, like, either I would score on Brennan or Brennan would do something to me, and we'd get mad. I remember one time I juked him out and I scored, and I'm a lot younger than him, so he got really mad and came down and just leveled me the next kickoff. But it was always a fun game to play in the backyard.
What are Ken and Shannon doing? Are your parents just like inside nicking the turkey on Thanksgiving, not watching the return game, and their young son?
Probably not. It would probably worry them a little bit, but I think it made me better.
Yeah. You seem very calm through this process. I love that for you. And, like, your numbers are popping. All the game tape is amazing. You're so versatile and amazing. And you mentioned, I saw that you wanted you know what I really liked about you is that you wanted to improve your open tackling, open field tackling from when you were at Purdue and went to Oregon. Because watching Oregon, my whole staff's like, no, this is like the best. He's like part of the best group that does that. Your game improves so much in that. What backyard game were you playing with your brothers to improve that, open field tackling?
I don't know if any game helped with that, but just whatever we were doing, we were always back there having fun. Sometimes we'd do two-on-two games. It would be like me and my dad versus both my brothers.
Yeah, and you dressed up your little sister like a football player. Mm-hmm. What is that?
When it was like winter and snow, sometimes on the ground, we'd go outside and just like play in the snow, and I would like sometimes tackle her when I was really young. she didn't like that, but I think that helped too.
Yeah, but she's I love that. I have an older brother who used to beat me up. It was awesome. It made me who I am. What is one thing, like, let's give me the open field tackling for the NFL. You did that from Purdue to Oregon beautifully. You worked your ass off to do that. What's that one thing that, like, you're nitpicking ahead of your NFL debut?
I think I was a little too high at times later in the season. So just getting lower and driving my feet on contact. So sometimes my feet would die, and I mean, taking that to the next level, if I don't improve that, like, bad things are going to happen. So something to keep working on.
Yeah. Colts fan growing up, Dillon?
I was, yes.
Who'd you like? Tell me about that.
I mean, there's Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton, just some of the great guys there. And then there's Bob Sanders on the defensive side.
Oh, my God, you were 2 years old. Yeah. Dillon, you were 2 years old when they won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Goodbye. That's actually insane. So those are your role models. I love that. I love that. You broke Rod Woodson's freshman tackling record in 2023?
Yeah.
What did that mean to you?
No, that was awesome. That was incredible. And then the next year, he came and spoke to the team, so I was able to talk with him kind of just one-on-one for like 10, 15 minutes. Just hearing what he had to say, what he experienced, and him just wishing me luck and wishing me the best. I feel like that was awesome. Okay, well, that is a Hall of Famer. Awesome's one word. What did he say? What was the lasting wisdom that he bestowed upon you? I forget the ending, but like the main message he had for the team was like, you got to treat yourself like a bank account. Like, you get in what you put out, or you get out what you put in. I mean, well, you put in a lot of work, and here's the long list of accolades. Okay, that you have: a first-team All-American nod, and you can't earn that without amazing and clutch plays. You called game against Penn State. Okay, that interception in double overtime. We can't show it. We don't have the rights, but oh my gosh, everybody go YouTube it right now. How much of that interception was pure instincts, which I actually think is probably your best strength, at least from what I've seen? Most of that was instincts. So it's kind of just playing football at that point. Like, there was a few tells with them being in the high red and the formation they were in, but a lot of that was just reaction and playing football. Do you visualize the thing before it happens? Yeah, I love visualizing the like the night before and 2 days before. Like, once I start watching full games on film, just sometimes close my eyes, imagine like me making the play, or before the game, I'll close my eyes for about like 10, 15 minutes. Imagine me just making different tackles, different situations, like what they've shown on film, and then making the play on the ball and doing all that stuff. What if, like, people NFL level told you about that play? Like, I'm an NFL fan. You just said, I'm ending this. You said, and you freelanced. You said, I'm calling game right here. What has the NFL world said about even just that play? Truly one of the crazier ends to a game I have seen. Yeah, they just really, really like the instincts I play with, and the kind of awareness I have for certain situations on the field, and then just be able to play free and use my speed to it. Yeah, and that pick was like a snapshot of what I think does make you different. You've got like this instinct which pops to me, probably because I know less about the rangy athleticism and the all the other stuff you've got going on, the versatility that everybody talks about. But like, your click and close ability is something that I keep hearing, which I don't hear that often. Like, and I know Cooper DeJean, like, he had like that whole vibe going too when he was being drafted. As far as a pro comp goes, why do you think people comp the two of you together? I mean, we could probably figure out why, but I mean, similar size, similar builds and stuff. Big Ten schools, and I mean, there's another obvious one I'm not gonna say, but I think we play like. You're what he and Reed Blankenship would call an exciting white. The NFL would call you that, right? That's the term. So if Reed Blankenship ends up leaving Philly, would you? And you get drafted to Philly, which is not beyond the realm of possibility. The world is open. Would you pick up the exciting Mike's microphone? Would you want to be part of that podcast? Yeah, I would be down to be part of the podcast. Obviously, it's not my decision always. I have to definitely talk to them. But, yeah, I would be very happy to step in that role. Have you ever talked to Cooper? I've not. Do you watch him? Like, when you watch him, what pops to you? Just how he plays in the slot. Like, he is very comfortable there. comfortable playing close to line of scrimmage. Playing a little bit different position he played in college, more of a corner in college, but just his ability to adapt and change in certain situations.
I would give the role comp for you, at least on the NFL level, and this is like high praise because I love him, Kyle Hamilton. As far as like mismatches and disguises and like lining you up all over, like you better have like, you're going to go where you're supposed to go, but you better have like a defensive coordinator who knows how to line you up all over. Like, do you see any similarities? Do you like Kyle Hamilton's game?
I do like his game. I've watched him a good amount, how he plays closer to the box, like that big nickel. They love blitzing him, as the few clips you just showed, and then they're playing a lot of cover, or in the past they played a lot of cover 3, so he was down closer, like as the hook drop or curl flat drops. I really like playing that position. So I liked watching him and seeing how he does it. I
have it on good authority that you were first guy in, last guy out. You are dedicated in that way, whether it's like with your body and working out and all that. But like I imagine film is part of that. So we've talked about watching Cooper. We've talked about maybe watching a little Kyle Hamilton. If you were to sit down right now and I were to give you a choice between Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu, or who have you watched more of, I guess? Who do you relate to more? Because it's so weird. Like those are the guys I watched. You're kind of a little bit like both of them. Mm-hmm. Who are you drawn to more?
I really like Troy Polamalu's just versatility, how he lined up everywhere. Like he knew all the positions, and I've listened to some interviews with him, and like if he knew the play, he would go switch out with the dude in that position because he knew it was going that way. And then I like Ed Reed's just post safety work. One of the best to do it.
What did you like so much about Troy saying that? That's like something that stuck with you.
Just the ability just to know everything on the field, and like know so much where he knows where the ball's going, and he's going to put himself in the best position to help the team and make that play.
Yeah, it's the instinct, the range, deep middle. I love all of that. I wanted to ask you about, like, obviously you have the hybrid ability, but everybody feels comfortable in one place. You know, I'm looking at Trent McDuffie. He told me where he felt more comfortable. He'll be able to do that out in LA. I know you look natural everywhere you are, whether it's patrolling the deep middle, like we were just talking about, playing downhill in the box, all the things. I know that you're willing to line up wherever. Where are you most comfortable?
Probably say field safety or free safety. Oregon, we were field boundary. At Purdue, it was a true free safety. So I have the most reps kind of being in the post. And I feel very comfortable back there, like having a lot of space to cover and making open field tackles. But again, like you said, I can kind of line up. I feel like I can line up everywhere, anywhere, and roll down in different situations.
Are you returning in the NFL in your world, Mr. The Return Game? What would that look like? Would you do it?
I'm probably not doing it.
You're like, no, I'm a top 20 pick lady. I'm not doing. I bet you could though.
I think I could. I did a little bit at Purdue. It wasn't the best.
I know. I saw. I'm not a college girly, so like you have to understand, like when you get put in front of me, I start like digging in and I like learn all at once. I'm not the kind of person who like shows up to class every week, Dylan. I'm like the person who crams for the final. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, but I watched some of those return, and I'm like, he could. You easily could do that as just a display of your athleticism. I don't think you'll be doing that either. Everyone's got you to the Vikings. Gosh. Bro, those would be huge shoes to fill.
Yeah.
What is that the possibility of that? What goes through your mind?
When the moment happens, I got to step up, or not step up, but like coaches always said, like you fall to the level you're training. So just leaning on that, stepping in the role, and just doing what I can do and put my head down.
No, he has not.
Okay.
Not officially, but one of my favorites. But he might.
Yeah.
There's would you be Brian Flores is a little chaotic, but big time defense. Is that a fit for you? Like that kind of a defense?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little wild. I'd like to see that. No, he hasn't retired yet, but in the inevitability or the potential, those are huge, huge shoes. If I'd love to see that. Vikings fans. You're used to the weather, Midwest, cold. I feel like you could do that. You play inside. That's kind of nice, huh?
Yeah. No, it'd be nice. A little bit different. I haven't played inside too much, but.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Are you still a fan of Hunter x Hunter?
I am. Yes.
I'm making this up. I don't know any of this. From what I understand, from what I gather, there's 4 main characters. Help me here. Kahlua?
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of them.
Leorio?
Yeah.
Give me the other 2. I can't pronounce them. Kurapika?
Yeah, you got it right there.
Who's the other one?
Gone.
Gone. Okay. So this is anime? Is that what this is?
Yes, it is.
Okay. This is a very big NFL player thing that I have not been willing to go over to that dark side yet. If you had to translate their personalities and skill sets onto a football field, I want you to give me a position for all of these guys. And let's start with Gone, who's a young, determined boy searching for his father. What position is he playing in the NFL?
I think he's playing safety.
Why?
To be honest. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, he in the show, he has his incredible athletic ability, very good at movement and reading people, and he's really good at adapting to different situations.
Okay, like an insane answer. I feel like this is like Miss America pageant question. You're knocking it out of the park. How about Kahlua? A prodigy assassin from a famous family who becomes Gone's best friend.
I would say corner there.
That was an easy answer. Why?
Yeah. I mean, his speed, he has some incredible speed and instincts.
Kurapika, the last survivor of the Kurta clan. I'm sorry, everyone. Jameer Gibbs is going to kill me. Seeking revenge against the Phantom Troop.
Probably just wide receiver. Very reliable.
Okay, well, survivor. And Leorio Paladinite, an aspiring physician pursuing the financial benefits of being a hunter.
Probably tight end in that. I don't really know why tight end is, just feeling.
Yeah, no quarterback in this group.
No.
Interesting. Thank you for that. Thank you for indulging me. Was that the craziest question you've gotten through this process? Probably not.
Yeah, that's probably the craziest one I've
Oh,
got.
man. Oh, NFL GMs, you're disappointing me. All of you guys are disappointing me with your questions. You got to do better than that. I also want to say, really quickly before you go, we have to go. We have to go. I've heard that you're an amazing leader, and you've really stepped up in that, especially through Oregon and your transition. And I'm sure that that's going to do very well for you. Enjoy your pro day, March 17th. Good luck with that, and we'll see you at the draft.
See you then.
All right, see ya. We'll be back after this. Big thanks to Trey Smith for joining the show. Dillon Thieneman on the program as well. He handled that Cooper DeJean question great. I hated the setup for that.
Anyway.
Hated.
Yeah.
What did I not get to with him? Oh, the teams he's mocked to. Where was that?
Yeah. Where is what? Sorry. Oh. Richard was talking. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
What's happening? Oh, no!
Let's do it.
Should we, or should we do the one thing about? Do the one thing about. Leave it.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Moore got traded to the Bills. That means no Alec Pierce to the Bills. That means there's that. So they needed this so badly. I hope you Looney Tunes up there in Buffalo are loving every second, because every receiver I try to throw your way isn't good enough for you. They're too old. This is a complete 1,000-yard guy, and the sky is the limit with a guy like Josh Allen holding him the ball. He is down to win you a Super Bowl. I'm happy for him. He does it with everybody now. He's going to do it with the best in the business. I love that for him.
Yeah,
that's kind of all I got. Embrace him. Love on him.
Yeah. I think it's a great fit, too, with his ability down the field, his ability after the catch. He's going to fit into that offense so perfectly. And for the Bears, now it's time. Rome Odunze gets to step up. Luther Burden gets to step up. We know Colston Loveland kind of emerged as the top target for them. So this clears a lot of space so they can hopefully address some of those things defensively and maybe bring in a big name player big name pass rusher.
And you know what? DJ
on
Moore's
that
been
front.
doing it in like a boring, consistent way for so long. I'm talking, and his yak, and he hates how that season ended for him, and he hates how he was treated after it. So guess what? You have yourselves I have something to prove veteran wide receiver. Want to know how often those come around? Almost never. This is a guy who wants it and will want it. He's truly legitimate stud. So that's exciting.
It really
also
is.
knew it was going to happen, but so not very surprised. But
Yeah.
love that for him. It's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah. I think we're going to get some more big trades soon.
I'm not saying anything. Okay, let's do one thing about, this is where we tell you guys about the draft picks you're going to love. You're going to buy their jerseys. You're going to support them. How about University of Miami edge rusher Ruben Bain? He is going to make people pay for this arm length BS we saw. Okay, so here's what happened. The measurements, yes, they have value. There are exceptions to the rule. And if you watch this man play football, he's a Destructicon out there. He's an animal out there. The strength he plays with is insane. The way he tracks down anyone with a football is legit scary and terrifying. He can move to any spot on the line. He can beat the crap out of whoever's in front of him. He did it all year long. If you're a Canes fan, you saw it at the national championship. You saw it. He was projected top 10 pick. Then they do the measurements, and yes, here's what happened. Well, we're trying to tell you. We don't expect you to know. His arms were on the shorter side. That shouldn't change anything now. Here's how I look at this. I'm going right there to number 7. If you're the Commanders, you need help. Oh my goodness, Bengals, if you could land this guy, you'd be lucky to have him fall in your lap at 9. Don't overthink it. Arms, sizes and everything. That's what I'll say, Hamilton. To wrap this up, Ruben, get yourself a great thing. I don't know what his arm size was. What was it, like a crazily small?
Yeah, it was bottom 3 in combine history. So,
Well, I don't know that. Well,
yeah, so people, it was a big narrative, but you put on the tape, it's just he is so dominant, and this is going to be a classic overthink.